Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today in this video I am going to discuss about beta testing. So if you guys have new to my channel, please subscribe my channel, and already if you have subscribed my channel, please share this channel to your nearest friends. So now let's jump to our today's agenda, that is beta testing. So in this video I am going to discuss in a very depth that what is beta testing, why we need beta testing, what is the purpose of beta testing, what are the types of beta testing, some real-time examples, and also advantage and disadvantages of beta testing. So let's start our videos now. So first, before we start the what is beta testing, if you guys have already seen my last video, that is the alpha testing. So if you guys have remember one diagram, like first, what type of testing we will perform? First, we will perform unit testing, then after integration testing, then after system testing, then user acceptance testing or UAT testing. And in that UAT testing part, we have two types. One is alpha testing and another is beta testing. So in my last videos, I have already discussed about what is alpha testing. Now today, let's talk about beta testing. So obviously, we can see that first we'll done alpha testing, then after alpha testing we'll perform the beta testing, right? So after alpha testing we'll perform the beta testing. Now let's talk about what is beta testing, or what do you mean by beta testing. So basically, beta testing is performed by real user of the software applications in a real environment. So we have to remember three things. One is that real people, then real environment, and then real product. So these three are we can call as a 3R, right? So that is the 3R of beta testing: real people, real environment, and real product. So total beta testing is stand upon that 3R: real people, real environment, and real product. So beta testing means it is performed by the real user of the software applications with the real product in a real environment. That is called as a beta testing. So beta testing is one of the types of user acceptance testing, right? So beta testing is a one type of user acceptance testing. So one type was alpha testing and another type was beta testing. So beta testing is a one type of user acceptance testing, right? Now beta testing, I mean, why we use beta testing, or what is the help for using beta testing? So beta testing helps in minimizations of product failure risks, and it provides a better quality of a product through customer validations. Now, why? Why beta testing helps in minimizing of product failure risks? Because beta testing is the last stage of software testing. So after alpha testing, we'll perform the beta testing, and beta testing will perform the real people, real environment, and real product. So beta testing is the last stage of software testing before before we update the software to the real world or to the publicly. That is the last stage of software testing. Okay, so that's why beta testing helps in minimizations of product failure risks, and it provides increased quality of the product through customer validations, because beta testing is performed by the customer end. Beta testing will perform the end user. Okay, beta testing will perform the customer. So that's why, as beta testing is performed by the customer end, as the real user end, or at the end user end, then obviously we can minimize our product failure risks, and it will provide a better quality of that software product. Okay, and beta testing is the last test before shipping a product to the customer. Before shipping a product to the customer, beta testing is the last stage. And real people, real environment, and real product are the 3 R's of beta testing. So maybe in your case, maybe your interviewer can ask you, can you please tell me the 3 R of user acceptance testing? Then you have to tell about that beta testing is stand up on 3 R. 3 R means real people, real environment, and real product. Okay, so that is beta testing. Now you guys are clear that what is beta testing. Now why we need that beta testing? Lots of testings are there. Then why we need beta testing? So beta testing we need for for 5 reasons we have to use that beta testing. So what are those? What are the need? So first one is that identify and fix bugs. First one is that identify and fix bugs. Second one is that ensure software quality. Third one is that evaluate performance. Fourth one is that get user feedback. And fifth one is that improve user management. Okay. So now I will discuss for all of these things one by one. So first one is that identify and fix bugs. So what are the needed for that? So identify and fix bugs means already whenever we are doing the beta testing. So beta testing helps developer to identify and fix bugs in the software before its officially release. Right? Beta testing helps developers identify and fix bug in the software before it's officially released. So beta tester can use the software in real world scenarios. They can identify any bugs and provide the feedback to the developer. So this feedback helps the developer to fix the bugs and improve the software quality and improve the overall software performance. So that is nothing but identify and fix bugs. Then second one is that ensure software quality. So as we can easily do that identify and bugs by the developer at a very early. So whenever we are doing the beta testing, then obviously, so as it is the helps to developer identify and fix the bugs in the software before it's officially released, so we can get it as this better quality product. Because because beta tester can use the software in a real world scenarios and they can identify any bugs and they can provide a feedback to the developers. So that's why, so this feedback, obviously this feedback will help the developer to fix the bug. So that's why we can make sure that by using the beta testing we can get a, or the customer can get a better software quality. Okay. Then next one is that evaluate performance. So same for that. Evaluate performance means as we are doing the quality based by using the beta testing, then we can easily evaluate the performance. So beta testing helps developer evaluate the software performance in real world scenarios. So this includes measuring the software speed, responsiveness, and overall the software stability. That is the evaluate performance. Then next one is that get user feedback. So get user feedbacks means, so beta testing allows developer to gather the user feedback and insight about the software features and functionalities. Right? So this feedback can be used to improve the software or improve the user experience and make the software more user friendly. So get user feedback means beta testing allows the developers to gather the user feedback and insight about the software features and functionalities. Right? So those feedbacks can be used to improve the user experience and make the software more user friendly. So that is get user feedback. So that's why we need the beta testing. And the last one is that improve user engagement, or we can say that building the customer loyalty. Okay, so beta testing involves user in the development process, so making them feel valued and involved in the product creation. So obviously this can help build customer loyalty and increase the chances of the software after launch, right? That's why it improve the user engagement. So we can say that we have a good communications between our developer with the customer. That's why we need the beta testing. Why beta testing is needed? To identify and fix bug, to ensure the software quality, to evaluate the performance, get user feedback, and also improve the user management. Now I am going to tell you, or I am going to give you some real-time examples of beta testing. Okay, so some real-time examples of beta testing. Suppose, assume that I am just talking, I am just saying, just for example. Okay, let's say TCS. So TCS is a service-based company. Okay, so suppose TCS is supposed to develop a website for a railway booking for Indian Railways. Okay, so after developing that software, TCS will do the alpha testing, right? So first TCS will do the alpha testing. So in which the developers themselves will do the website testing, correct? Then the beta testing will be done by the technical and non-technical users, or TCS will deploy the website in the production server of Indian Railways. So after deploying that software to the production server of Indian Railways, what will happen? Now Indian Railways employee will check if so some aspect, like if the booking is working perfectly fine or not, if the cancellation is working perfectly fine or not, then others functionality is working perfectly fine or not. So those will be checked by the Indian Railways employee, right? So again I am repeating the example. Suppose TCS, let's say TCS is a service based company, and TCS is supposed to develop a website for railway booking, so for any ticket booking for Indian Railways. Okay, so after developing the software, TCS will do the alpha testing first, so by which the developer themselves will do the website testing, right? Then the beta testing will be done by the technical and non-technical user, or the TCS will deploy that particular website to the production server of Indian Railways. Then Indian Railways employee will check that software. So they will check the booking is working perfectly or not, the cancellation process is I mean working perfectly or not, all the other functionalities working perfectly fine or not. So that is the examples of beta testing. Okay, that is the real-time examples of beta testing. Now you guys are, I think, clear about that what is beta testing. Okay, now next one is that what are the features of beta testing. So beta testing used in real environment at the user site. That what I have already told you, that beta testing used in real environment at the user site. So not only the real environment, real people, real environment, and real product. Okay, so beta testing is used in real environment at the user site. Then number two, beta testing performed by the client, stakeholder, and the end user. So who will perform the beta testing? Beta testing will perform by the client or stakeholder and the end user. Then point number three, beta testing always is done after the alpha testing. That's what I have already told you, that after alpha testing we will perform the beta testing. So beta testing always is done after alpha testing, so before releasing it into the market or into the real world. Okay, then point number four, beta testing commonly uses black box testing. So beta testing is a black box testing. So black box testing, if you guys have not seen my black box testing video, and if you guys have no any idea of black box testing, so I'm recommending you to please see my black box testing video. Okay, So beta testing use the black box testing. Now point number 5. Beta testing performs in the absence of tester and the presence of real user. Because beta testing is performed in the real environment at the user side. So that's why beta testing performs in the absence of tester and presence of real user. Now point number 6. Beta testing is performed after alpha testing and before release of the final product. Then point number 7, in beta testing we check the reliability, security and the application robustness. Then point number 8, beta testing is carried out in the user location. I have already told you that beta testing is used in real environment as the user sites. Same for is that beta testing is carried out in the user's location. Then beta testing doesn't require a lab or testing environment. We have discussed about the alpha testing. So whenever we will do the alpha testing, we need a separate lab environment or separate testing environment. But for the beta testing, we don't require any kinds of lab or any kinds of separate testing environment, because beta testing is performed at the user end, at the user sites, and also beta testing will perform by the client or stakeholder or the end user, right? And also beta testing is performed by the clients or user who are not employees of the company. Suppose I have a company, suppose we are working in, just for example, like I am working in TCS, so I am the employee of TCS, but who will do the beta testing? Beta testing will not done by the TCS employee. Make sure. Means beta testing who are the employees of the organizations or company, they will not perform the beta testing. So beta testing is performed by the clients or stakeholder or the end user, right? Now, so these are the features of beta testing. So we have to remember that thing. These are the features of beta testing. Now coming to the next one is that types of beta testing. So lots of types are there. Almost 5 types are there. So beta testing types are, one is traditional beta testing, then public beta testing, then technical beta testing, then focused beta testing, and the last one is that post-release beta testing. So 5 beta testing types we have. One is traditional beta testing, second one is that public beta testing, third one is that technical beta testing, fourth one is that focused beta testing, and fifth one is that post-release beta testing. Now I am discussing one by one. So what do you mean by traditional beta testing? So in the traditional beta testing, a software product delivered to a target market. So I am targeting one market. So in that traditional beta testing, the software product will deliver to the target market and the feedback from the user will be collected. And so this type of testing assistance, the beta testing, the quality of the software is improved and the developer can make the changes. Means first in the traditional beta testing, we have to target one market and we have to deliver our product to that particular target market. And we have to collect the feedback from the target market. So whenever we are getting any feedback, then obviously we can do our developer can do that required changes for that particular product. So thus the quality of the software will be improved. So in traditional beta testing, we have to target one market and then we have to deliver our software product to that particular target market. So that is the traditional beta testing. And then public beta testings means we can say that it's a open testing. So it is a type of similar to open testing, means we can do that beta testing publicly, right? So public beta testing also allows the product is delivering to the end user worldwide with the aid of various online channels available in the world. So lots of online channels are available in the world. By that we are delivering our product to the end user worldwide. So from this, the feedback and the evaluated data also collected on the requirement changes, and our development team will implement those modifications. So thus we can do our software quality improved. So that is the public beta testing. Means we have to deliver our software product to the end user worldwide. That is public beta testing. And the third one is that technical beta testing. So technical beta testing is also an essential type of beta testing. Means what we will do the technical beta testing. So this testing involves delivering the software product to the internal groups of the organization. Suppose I am working in a company. So in my company, lots of teams are available. So what we will do in the technical beta testing? In the technical beta testing, we will share our product to the another team, another internal group, another internal team, and they will check the software and they will give some feedback, they will give some faults, and our developer will fix that, or will modify that particular feedback for better quality. Okay, so technical beta testing means the software product, we will share that software product to our internal groups of the organization, right? So that is technical beta testing. Now fourth one is that focused beta testing. So focused beta testing means, so this type of testing focused on monitoring and evaluating a specific feature of a software. Means we are just focusing, we are evaluating any specific feature. Means we are focusing in one feature, right? That is the focus beta testing. So in focus beta testing, the software released to the market and user experience access and collected to make the required change. Okay, the software released to the market and means any specific feature. So we will in that type of testing, we are focusing on and monitoring or evaluating on a specific features. Means we are particular focused on a particular feature. So our focusing is that we will share that particular features to the target market. That is the focus beta testing. And next one is that public beta, post release beta testing. So fifth one is that post release beta testing. So what will do post release beta testing? So in this type of beta testing, the product delivered to the market for the use of end user, and their feedback, their reaction, their experience are collect for the future release of the software. Means post release, means after release. So in this testing, the product delivered to the market for the use of the end user. And all of this type of beta testing, our main aim is to, we have to collect the feedback. Then our developer will do some modification for that feedback for the better quality, for the better quality of the software. That is the main goal of that beta testing for that type. Okay, so five types of beta testing we have. One is traditional beta testing, another one is public beta testing, then third one is the technical beta testing, fourth one is that focused beta testing, and fifth one is that post release beta testing. So we have clear about that. Now next one is that, so in our company we have heard this type of word like, what is the beta version? Can you please tell me the beta version? So now I am clearing you that what is that beta version? What is the beta version of the software? So the beta version of the software is delivered to a restricted number of users to accept their feedback and suggestion on quality improvement. Hence, we have two beta versions are available. Why we use the beta version? So the beta version of the software is delivered to the restricted number of users to accept their feedback and suggestions on quality improvement. Now, so what are the two types of beta versions we have? One is closed beta version and another one is open beta version. One is closed beta version and another one is open beta version. So what do you mean by closed beta version? So closed beta version also we can naming as private beta version. So closed beta version also known as private beta version. So what we will do that closed beta version? So it is released to a group of selected and invited people. So those people will test the software and evaluate their features and specification. These beta version represent the software which is capable of delivering value, but it is not ready to the used by everyone because it shows the issues like lack of documentations or missing vital features. So closed beta version means, suppose I am sharing that software product to any of my friends. So not publicly we can access that software. I am sharing the software to, to one of my friend, and he will check the software and he will give some feedback. Okay. And our developer will take that feedback and they will do some modifications on that. So that is the closed beta version. Closed beta versions we can also known as the private beta version. So it is released to a group of selected and invited people. So we have to remember that thing. Group of selected and invited people. That means it's a private. That means it's a private. Nobody can access that. Only the selected or invited people can accept that. And those people will test that software and they evaluate their features and specification. That is the closed beta version. And second one is that open beta versions mean open beta version is also known as public beta version. So one is private beta versions or closed beta versions. Another one is that open beta versions or public beta versions. So public beta means the open beta mean we can share that publicly. So any user as a tester can access the beta version to provide the relevant feedbacks and reviews. Okay, means publicly, right? So any user as a tester can access the beta versions, provide the relevant feedback and reviews. Open beta version improves the quality of the final release, and these versions helps to find the various undetected errors and issues. This is open beta versions. So closed beta versions mean that is private beta versions. Only selected or invited people we will release that beta versions. And open beta version it is called as the public beta. So in the open beta versions, any user as a tester can access the beta version to provide the relevant feedback. And so these are the two beta versions we have. Now next one is that life cycle of beta version. So life cycle of beta versions means like we have five points for the life cycle. One is planning, second one is that participant recruitment, third one is that product launch, fourth one is that collect and evaluate feedback, and the last one is that closure. So we have to remember this life cycle: planning, then participant recruitment, then product launch, then collect and evaluate feedback, and then closure. Now, what do you mean by planning? So, like another testing process, beta testing also supports proper planning. So, for the beta testing, we need proper planning. So, in that planning stage, the team prepares a software. I mean, what will do that planning stage? So, in that planning stage, the team prepares a testing strategy and defines the goal of testing. So, in this case, the team establishes the need of user for testing, durations, and necessary details related to the process. Means we are doing some planning, right? So other testing process, beta testing also supports some planning. So what we will do in that stage, the team will prepare some testing strategy. They will define some goal of testing, then need of the user of testing, then duration and the necessary details. So all are involved in that planning stage. Then second one is that participant recruitment. So participant recruitment is the second stage of beta process. Participant recruitment is the second stage of beta process. So what we will do in that participant recruitment? So in that participant recruitment page, the team recruits a group of selected end user for the testing purpose. Means we have do some requirement. I mean we have do some recruitment. So some participant we need recruitment for some participant to do the testing for that particular beta version. Okay. So in that stage, the team recruits a group of selected end user for the testing. So this group can change as per the requirement of the organizations and the product. That is the participant recruitment. And the next one is that product launch. So what we will do that product launch phase? So that is the third stage of beta process. So when a team of user or tester is recruited, the beta versions of the product launched or installed at the client or user sites, and the user will test the product for quality assurance, right? So we have to do some product launch. So when a team of user recruited, the beta versions of the product launched or installed at the client or user sites, and the user will test the product for quality assurance. Okay, that is the product launch. And number 4, that is the collect and evaluate feedback. So collect and evaluate feedback is the fourth stage of beta process. So when the testing is finished, then developers will collect the feedback provided by the tester. Which tester? Which we will recruitment, which we will recruited. So the after doing some feedback by the participant who are recruited, so they will give some feedback, and at the in the end, based on that feedback, issues and bugs are fixed and resolved by the responsive individual team. Means we have to collect the feedback and we have to evaluate that feedback. So when the testing is finished, developer will collect the feedback provided by the tester and evaluate it. So in the end, based on that feedback, issues and the bugs will be fixed and resolved by the responsible individual team. That is the collect and evaluate feedback. Now point number 5, and that this is the last stage of beta testing. Okay, that is the closure. So when all the problem are fixed and the organization meet the exit criteria, beta test achieved and the rewards offered to the testing teams. Correct. So whenever everything is done, all the issues are fixed and the organization has met the exit criteria, then we can tell that we have achieved the beta test. Then we can close the life cycle of beta testing. So these are the 5 life cycle we have, that is planning, participant recruitment, product launch, then collect and evaluate feedback, and the last one is the closure. Okay, now clear that what is the life cycle of beta testing. Now next one is that when we perform beta testing. When we perform the beta testing. So first one is that it is always done immediately after alpha testing. So when the alpha testing is completed, then we will perform the beta testing. So it is always done immediately after the alpha testing is complete, but before the product is launched in live environment. Okay, here we expect the product to be at least 90 to 95% complete. Then point number 2, all the component of the product is ready to start this testing. When we will perform the beta testing? When all the component of the product is ready to start the testing. Then point number 3, documentation which is going to end user should be kept ready. So whatever documentation we are providing the end user, that is also should ready. Like setup, installation, usage, uninstallation should be in detail on the documentation, right? So whenever the documentation is ready, then we can perform the beta testing, or the end user can perform the beta testing. Now point number 4, the product management team should review that all the functionality is in good condition. So whoever in the product management team, they will review the software that all the functionality is in the good condition, means all the functionality is working as per expected. Then we can perform the beta testing. And the point number 5, procedure to collect bug, feedback, etc. should be identified before it publishing. Okay, so these are the few points we have that when we perform the beta testing. Now, next one is that advantages of beta testing. What are the advantages we have for beta testing? So beta testing obviously focus on customer satisfaction, right? Then beta testing helps to reduce the risks of product failure via user validation. So this point I've already discussed previously for the beta testing. So beta testing focuses on the customer satisfaction. Beta testing helps to reduce the risks of product failure. Then beta testing helps to get the direct feedback from the user. So that is the biggest advantage of the beta testing, because from the real user, we are getting the feedback. Then we can obviously tell that after fixation or after modification, that feedback, we can say that we can deliver or we can upload a issue free, bug free or better quality software product to the market, right? So beta testing helps to get the direct feedback from the user. Then it can help you find unexpected bugs that our internal testing team would miss. So whenever our internal QA team, means they are doing the alpha testing, so whatever issue we have missed on the alpha testing or another testing process, that would be fixed or that would be identified in the beta testing, right? And point number 5, beta testing helps the user to install, test and send feedback regarding the developed software. And number 6, beta testing helps in involving product quality via customer feedback. That's what I have already discussed. So it helps the improving product quality via customer feedback. So these are the advantages we have for beta testing, right? Now, what are the disadvantages we have? So lots of disadvantages we have for the beta testing. Like, so it is a complex to follow the errors or bugs because the testing environment varies from user to user. I am not a single testing person who will use the beta testing. So lots of different user are using the beta testing. Okay, so that's why it is complex to follow the errors or bug because the testing environment varies from user to user. So that is the disadvantage of beta testing. Then point number 2, there is a chance of having duplications of error or bugs. So suppose A is one user, B is another user, C is another user. So 3 user. So maybe there is duplication. So suppose A has found one bug, B has found one bug, C has found one bug. Maybe those 3 bugs should be the same. That means a duplications of error or bug. So there is a chance of having duplications of error or bugs. And point number 3, the development team and the testing team are not having control over this real-time test environment, because beta testing is done on the user site, okay, on the user environment, on the real environment. So that's why our development team, our testing team, we don't have any type of control on the real-time test environment. So that is the disadvantage of the beta testing. Now point number 4, so this testing is a time-consuming process since it involves the real-time user. Why? Because suppose let's say our in-house developer has fixed some or has developed some software. Now they will inform me, and immediate I am a in-house tester. Then at the same time I will do the testing. But for the beta testing, as beta testing will be done by the end user, then it will time consuming. Whenever they will free, they will come back to the software and they will check. That's why beta testing is a time consuming process since it involves a real time user or clients, and hence delay in the overall feedback about the entire product. Okay, and the point number 5 is that the users who are testing the product should have enough knowledge about the working of the entire applications. Okay, suppose let's assume that let's just take example of Flipkart. I know what we will do in the Flipkart. Suppose I want to order or I want to purchase any mobile, then what I have to know on that Flipkart application, I know that. But let's say one another person, maybe he don't have any idea on that, what is that functionality of the Flipkart. So he don't have any idea. Then what he will test? So he will miss everything, right? So that's why the user who are testing the product should have enough knowledge about the software. Otherwise, the testing will not be implemented in a efficient manner. So we will mismatch everything. I know that what is the functionality of Flipkart or how I can purchase a mobile on the Flipkart, but maybe one another person, maybe he's not, I mean, he don't have any idea on the Flipkart application that what or how I can purchase a mobile by the Flipkart. Then that is totally in a efficient, that is not efficient manner. So he would miss everything of the software product. So that's why the user who are testing the product should have enough knowledge about the entire application. So otherwise the testing team will not be implemented in a efficient manner. So these are the disadvantages of beta testing. So now guys, I have given you lots of things about the beta testing in the very depth. So I think it will be very helpful for you guys. So if you guys have any doubt, please comment me. If you guys like my video, one thumbs up, share this channel to your nearest friend. See you in the next videos with some another interesting topic of software testing. Thank you.